I dislocated my leg, broke my femur and fractured my pelvis in 2 places.
And a song for Katrina.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Friday night, the busiest time of the week at Luton Airport. Over 4,000 people travelling home or going away for the weekend. A group of friends travelling to Aberdeen for a lads' weekend have become separated. 3 of them checked in, but 2 arrived late.
If I can't hear my name being called once, and it goes, I will sue this company.
Sydney has come back from departures to help the latecomers who are not being allowed to fly.
We could just all go through with the luggage if you just gave us a ticket, but none of you want to do that.
No,
we won't do it because someone's just told you not to do it because you want to be really
because they're in
awkward.
charge there, not because they've just told us not to.
No, I know you're doing what you're told. I know you're doing what you're told.
Stand to one side, 'cause I'm actually checking
Yeah,
another
we will,
flight.
because you've offloaded yourself. No, we're not waiting.
Now Sydney's told that by leaving departures, he also faces missing the flight.
Well, you're telling me my stuff's offloaded? Are you telling me my stuff's offloaded? No, but are you telling me my stuff is
Your
offloaded?
supervisor's not doing anything constructive.
No, I didn't, because I instructed the lady, and the lady gave me permission to come back through with a
Speak to my
ticket.
supervisor when I come downstairs.
Well, you're saying my ticket's offloaded?
Speak to the supervisor when I
There's
come
too many
downstairs and I
people
tell
trying to make a
Is my ticket
decision.
unlawful?
No.
Oh, you don't know? Okay, okay. I don't say it's offloaded.
How long have we been standing here?
20 minutes.
20 minutes we've been standing here. We could have been on this.
Kirsty has called in Supervisor Graham Merriman.
We want to get on this flight to Aberdeen. We were here before it had been called. Guarantee it was here before it called because I just came down from checking. Right, my jacket's up there. The flight was not here. I was sitting actually at the seats. Everyone's sitting down at the seats. No one's getting on the plane. I've come down here, spoke to the lady at your ticket desk to find out where these 2 are.
Give me 2 seconds.
Time is running out, and Graham needs to know just one thing. Is Sydney flying or not?
Hold on for 2 seconds. Okay, do you have your bank details with you?
I do. I have
take
mine.
them.
What do you need my bag deals for? You're going to offload me?
Well, if you're not going on the flight, they're going to be offloading it. Yeah.
Are you not going to let these 2 on the flight?
They have been refused to go on the flight.
But they were here in plenty of time.
I'm going to get into basically the bottom line is if you want to travel, you have a boarding pass.
Yep.
If you wish to travel, you need to go down to the aircraft. If you don't want to travel, then we're going to offload you.
Sydney decides to leave his 2 friends. It's the last flight to Aberdeen.
Right.
But he's too late. The flight is leaving. The only hope is for all 3 to try and get seats on another flight to Scotland. In Liverpool, Supervisor Sarah Tier is facing a sticky situation.
We've got a possible weight problem on the Malaga flight going out, and it could be possibly only be able to take 125 passengers, and we've got 143 on the flight.
Sarah doesn't know how big the incoming plane is.
How many have we checked in? 112, so it won't be long. All right then, bye.
Passengers still don't know they may not be able to fly. It's bad news. The plane's landed and it's not big enough to take everyone.
Start boarding. We only let passengers through with boarding cards 1 to 30, and then...
The passengers still haven't been told.
Under no circumstances. Start boarding them.
A bit awkward, like, because we haven't really done an announcement to say that they might be able to travel. We're just going to start doing the first 100, and I think they're going to get back to us and just basically see how it goes. They're just probably right now they're just waiting on the weight figures at the moment, so we've still got to get the aircraft out, so we've got to obviously start boarding, otherwise it's going to miss its flight.
This calls for passengers holding boarding card numbers 125 and upwards, travelling on flight EZY743 to Malaga, to please remain seated. Thank you.
All have your passports, so take your picture pages, please.
The Malaga passengers start to board, unaware that 18 of them will be going nowhere. At Luton, Sydney and his friends are still waiting to see if they can get to Scotland tonight.
I thought you were going to come back and sort us out with that other flight, because the Glasgow one's just gone now.
Yeah. Okay. You're on the basically. Yeah. If you go on the Glasgow flight, you're going to end up being delayed. So put you on the Edinburgh flight, which goes at 8:50. Yeah. All right. So there is another Glasgow flight that goes at 9, but this is going to get you in earlier than the Glasgow flight. Okay. All right.
We've chosen Edinburgh. We're looking at a 3.5-hour drive to Aberdeen. and then another drive hour from there I was going to pick up a rental from Aberdeen, so pick up a rental from Edinburgh. No difference. Only difference is going to be is we're going to get into Banff, where we live, at 1 o'clock in the morning, and some. So no time in the pub for young lads tonight.
It's a bad start to the lads' weekend. Back in Liverpool, it's time for Sarah to tell the last Malaga passengers they're not going anywhere.
The situation is at the moment, due to weight restrictions and weather conditions, we can't take a full load this evening. But there is compensation for this, and you will be refunded for this leg. Offer this letter explains everything in it. You will be offered travel tomorrow. You will also be refunded £100 compensation and £50 if you need...
Some passengers can't quite believe their ears.
What's the matter?
There's weight restrictions, unfortunately. They're not allowing you to travel this evening. We couldn't actually establish this until... Sorry?
What else are the cases and everything?
We've got all your bags there ready because we might have been expecting this, but we weren't too sure, so we have put your bags to one side.
What time will we fly tomorrow?
It'll be 10 past 6.
Are you going to compensate us for work as well?
Well, this is just the way. They've got £100 compensation and £50 for hotel accommodation.
Compensate my bar, not opening, love.
Wait a second. Is the flight taking off?
It's going, yeah, but it can't. Due to
but I want a seat.
Unfortunately, they're not allowing everyone to travel.
No, but I want a seat.
Unfortunately, you can't get on board that aircraft. It'd be too dangerous to take all the passengers. And the passengers who booked in first were given priority. That's the fairest way they could do it, unfortunately.
It's a standoff.
This is disastrous.
It's due to the weather conditions. They can't put as much fuel on board because of the wet weather, you see.
Wednesday's tomorrow. Can you buzz through and see if anybody's less bothered about getting over tonight than now?
They're probably not going to...
Yeah, well, can you just do it, please?
Oh, yeah, unfortunately, all the weight is taken off
You can
our males,
ask, but
females,
I doubt very much that's going to do it.
Okay, Malaga. Okay, is it possible you could ask the captain to do an announcement on board to see if anyone's willing to go off to trade their place with this gentleman?
Well, you can't do that. You can't leave people stuck in a flaming airport. Offer this and then say, oh dear, we're going to put it back into your account. That's no good to me. I've no checkbook with me, no card with me.
He's not authorised me to organise accommodation.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to get onto someone a bit higher then and find out what the hell they can do. Because that's no good to me.
It's right, that.
That's not going to pay for what I've lost on customers going in. My pub's not going to open tomorrow now, so...
Done a PA on board and no one's offered to come off the flight, so...
The unlucky 18 all flew the next morning.
Did get quite a good deal, really. They got £100 compensation, a refund from the flight, and they got £50 towards hotel accommodation. So I think that sort of softened the blow. But there was only the two, really, who were upset. Everyone else seemed to take it in the stride.
There's been an emergency call from an incoming Geneva flight. An ambulance has been called to meet the plane. And Supervisor Leanne Chung is on her way to help.
I'm not too sure what it's all about, to be honest. We were only informed of it about 10 minutes ago.
The cause of the alarm is injured passenger John McKeever, who will need lifting from the plane.
It was a snowboarding accident. I dislocated my leg, broke my femur and fractured my pelvis in 2 places. 3 hours, I made 3 hours on the slope. So.
John's mother had to make a mercy dash to pick him up from hospital in Geneva.
So what was he snowboarding and fell or...?
Yeah, well, he came off a slope.
Were you there?
No, we had to fly out to meet him.
No.
Broken bones aren't John's only problem.
The gentleman never took any insurance out, so it's actually costing £2,500 for his medical fees, and it cost him £600 to get from the piste to the hospital, because he never took any insurance, and he said he got it up on the internet and it was £19 and he decided not to take it.
John's recovery will take 8 weeks, more than enough time to count the cost of his 3 hours on the piste. After the break, new recruit Natalia runs into trouble.
Don't worry, it's fine. Next one will be, you need to, you'll be fine.
And there's friction at the sales desk.
Get me the senior Easyjet person here now.
It won't make any difference.
I don't care. Get them here now.
2 weeks ago, Easyjet took on new staff. Natalia Byrne was marked down as a future star. But lately, things haven't been going so well.
Very nervous.
nervous, sort of. Yeah. Thank you. Because I'm terrified of making a mistake. And sort of like all eyes is on everybody who's starting new, so... Yeah, I want to get more practice, but I need a few dummies, actually, before I deal with the public.
Nevertheless, after 2 weeks training, Natalia is still determined to stick with it.
I'm going to really give it a good shot because it is a very good, it is a good company and it's got a lot of good ideas. I'll be sort of glad once the training's completely over and, you know, I can give it a few weeks or so to see how I'm actually doing, performing on the job.
Today, trainees are dealing with the public for the first time.
Hello, how are you?
Initially, trainees just watch and learn, but soon it will be their turn.
If I do anything, just keep asking questions because I'm not very good at explaining things.
No,
I'll
sometimes
try.
it's best just watching out,
Yeah.
but, you know,
Okay.
be more of a visual person.
Yeah, that's fine. Just ask me.
Meanwhile, over at the sales desk, there's some potential entertainment. Katrina has just seen a rock band.
They're quite light.
I recognise you from somewhere. I'm trying to think where I recognise you from.
We're a band. Tactical Marillion. Oh, Steve.
We're there, like, that's us.
Where'd you find that then?
Are you one that's saying Kaylee?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're older than you look.
Yeah. No, I put that on one of those now tapes. So would I be privileged enough to get a little tune or not?
A tune?
A few little words. A few little...
4 hours sleep.
Katrina tries bribery.
I might try and sort out your ex's baggage.
Oh, no, we could be talking about it.
And it works.
We did 2 shows in Rotterdam.
And do you sing live?
Of course I sing live.
Because some of these boy bands, don't you see?
Well, we're not a boy band, are we?
I know we look like
You're
one.
all right, yeah.
The band have sold over 14 million records.
So do you busk?
Not for about 20 years, no.
Not everyone is as relaxed as Marillion. Traffic delays have caused chaos.
I was due on the Aberdeen flight, which I believe is delayed.
Mr. Hutchins phoned the terminal to say he was delayed and was told there shouldn't be a problem.
Thanks to go any minute now.
I was told it was delayed by an hour when I rang up about 20 minutes ago.
Sandeep Jamal calls dispatch to see if the delayed flight will accept Mr. Hutchins, who's now been joined by another late passenger.
Oh, the aircraft's here, so I can't do it. All right then, lovely. Cheers, bye. Yeah, that is a negative on the Aberdeen. The aircraft's already here.
They don't tell you that.
No, because the aircraft's here, they won't accept any OMCs.
Well, no, so I've got a booking and I've got a confirmed ticket I've paid.
Because the check-in's closed, even though it is delayed, the aircraft is now landed, so they won't accept it.
Where is this customer empathy and helping the customer?
What it is even though the aircraft is delayed, you still have to check in on time.
Get me supervisor now, please. Get me the senior Easyjet person here now.
It won't make any difference.
I don't care. Get them here now, please.
But why didn't you check in on time?
What? Because I've been stuck on the trains and I cannot be in 2 places at once. I've tried being schizophrenic in 2 places at once. So I'm here as fast as possible with the traffic. The other gentleman's been stuck with traffic.
Not everyone is so stressed. It's a small but appreciative audience for a band that have played in front of thousands.
Really good. That's really impressive.
The impromptu concert saved a small fortune in excess baggage.
I'm sure my mum and dad would know more about them than what I remember, but I'm 26, you know. They're sort of like 1970-odds, I think they said.
Meanwhile, Natalia is finding her first shift a little less entertaining.
There's your boarding pass number, okay? Have a nice flight. So you need to tell her. Gate 1B at 10
Okay,
to 4.
right, okay.
All right, don't worry, it's fine. Next one will be, you need to, you'll be fine.
And as she struggles, upstairs her Easyjet future is under discussion.
I've still got some concerns. As you know, we've spoken about a few members in the group, but Natalia has come to my attention again, so I just obviously wanted some feedback from you.
It has become obvious to a number of people that she hasn't bonded with them. Now this has been over 2 weeks. What we have to think about is the passengers see her for maybe a minute, 2 minutes at the most.
And Natalia is beginning to have doubts of her own.
It's one of these companies that's really into teamwork, so they Americanise, you know, eat it, live it, everything like that, which is good, but at the same time you need your own life.
At the sales desk, Supervisor Jane Marauru has just told Mr. Hutchins he will definitely not be flying to Aberdeen.
I've been here for 15 minutes trying to get on that aeroplane, and despite that, you are not letting me on an aeroplane which is here.
Let me explain. First of all, I believe Becky tried to get you on the aircraft, yeah? I have
There's
just again phoned my dispatcher downstairs in our dispatch office and said, please, 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 is there any way at all?
Is the plane full?
I don't know, sir.
All we're asking simply, if the plane is sitting on the ground and there's seats on the plane, which we paid for, is it, instead of standing here chatting...
It's out of our hands, yeah. When we have late passengers, we call the necessary people in the dispatch department, we talk to the captain and he ultimately makes the decision. And he has said no. I don't know, because I've just come down here to talk to you right now.
When was the captain talking to you? Because we were here at past.
Bear with me.
The passengers don't believe Jane.
Having got here, we're told the flight's delayed an hour. So right, go to the other desk, and then you get a whole stream of conflicting information about where you are, and while you're frittering around waiting, you know, somebody with a bit of logic could have slid you through the system. You've got a plane sitting on the runway which isn't due to take off for another half an hour.
No, it's not.
By your own
estimated time.
By
yeah,
your own
always,
people's comments.
That's why we always say it's
saying,
estimated, sir, though, because it's not. I think it's gone now. I think it's pushed back and gone. The doors have closed. It's been here. It got on the ground. I think at 25 I'm not 100% sure on that because I need to check that out. So obviously with the delay, it's always. That's why we say estimated, because it changes.
But a phone call from a colleague of Mr. Hutchins is badly timed for Jane.
John, hold on a sec. This passenger is flying on your aeroplane.
Right.
He's not even on the aeroplane.
As I've said, sir, they've made a decision. The captain has said
it's
the air...
been pulled back.
I thought it had
this
to.
Guy
I said I need
on
to
the
double check.
This guy is sitting 100 yards away.
There's
you
no
told
point.
Me.
I said I believe it's pushed back, and I would need to double check that. There's no point in arguing over and over again.
Well, don't tell me a lie. Your credibility has gone straight through.
Don't call me a liar.
You said it pulled
Don't
back.
call me a liar.
You said the aeroplane...
Do not call me a liar, please.
Did you or did you not say the aeroplane had pulled back?
I believe they would have pushed back and closed the doors.
Who's the customer and who's the service provider
but
here?
I'm not going to stand here and just be called a liar.
This gentleman...
I am here. I've come to try and help you.
This gentleman interpreted what
why
you
you
said
can't
to
get on
me
the flight, and I'm
as-
trying to do everything I can to help me. Please do not call me a liar, sir. Okay? Please do not call me a liar.
What are you if you are
Do
not...
not call me a liar. Please. I'm not going to ask again.
Right.
If you continue
Okay.
to, I shall just
I will
go
not
away.
call you a liar. However, I find it strange that this gentleman interpreted what you said to me in the same way I did.
I said I believe it's probably pushed back.
Now the only option is to fly to Edinburgh instead.
I think at the end of the day, we've basically got two passengers that are going to eventually calm down and realise that we did everything we could to help them because they were the ones that were late. So, you know, we can only try and do our best.
Unknown to Natalia, supervisors Joe Harrison and Debbie Clark have come to a conclusion.
I think we're going to take the decision that we're going to have to let her go. Okay. It's not going to be nice, but...
They've decided Natalia is not enough of a team player. Today will be her last day at the airport. As another flight leaves, heavy traffic is still delaying passengers.
Sorry, I just called the lady from the bus. We're like an hour late, so it's for Geneva, and she said it's 45 minutes late.
Theo calls dispatch to see if extreme skier Matt Reardon can board the flight to Geneva.
One male, one bag for Geneva.
6:57. It's open now, actually.
It doesn't look good.
Use the force.
Thank you very much. No, you just need to go over there. There you go, sounds done for you. Thank you.
It's not leaving.
Check-in's open now over there, okay? Thank
There's a
you.
reason why I guess check-in's closed like 20 minutes, half an hour before flight, and that's the biggest degree revised. And,
There's no way that we can pull this together because we have 45 minutes before the plane leaves, and I'm sitting right here.
They won't allow any more passengers. Before you came here, they refused other passengers as well, sir.
Matt isn't happy that the sales team are being persuasive enough.
Right. You gotta do better than that, man. The plane's here. It's not a big deal. Can I use your phone and talk to this lady? Maybe I'll explain the situation.
Which
We'll just be
lady?
very nice. Whoever you just talked to.
Even though if you, I mean, we can get
I'll be
some
very
advice
polite,
now.
and you'll be
If you wish
amazed
to-
at what I can pull off. You'll be amazed. A little bit of politeness, a little bit of... Let's go.
Let the gentleman talk to the lady.
Yeah, at least give me a try.
He thinks he can do better, and he's got a plan.
Use the force, you know? Like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hi, good evening. Listen, when I was on the bus on the way here, I called to let him know that I was going to be an hour late, and she explained to me that it was okay, that it was actually 45 minutes late. The plane is here, I'm here. I'm just wondering how we can alleviate this. Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
The sales team are doubtful the force will work on dispatch.
Thank you.
And they're right.
It's worth a try. No, no love.
Not in Luton, anyway. Natalia left Easyjet that evening and has since started a teaching job. John McKeever is now back at work, designing aircraft interiors. And on his flight from Scotland, Sydney's luggage was damaged. A missing plane.
I won't be home till 5 o'clock in the morning. There's no flights coming out.
Missing paperwork.
We're meant to have 54 rush bags. We've got 68, so something ain't right.
And a missing US president.
It's a lovely aircraft, beautiful. Paint it orange, you can take our passengers to Liverpool. Very nice.